regular council meeting on March 11th, 2013 to order at 7 p.m. Everyone please rise for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Clerk, call the roll, please. Stewart?
Here.
Clark?
Here.
Conan?
Here.
Audie?
Here.
Cooper? Here. Baylor?
Here.
Okay, everyone has the agenda in front of them. Are there any additions, deletions, or is there a motion at this time?
Madam President, I'll move that the agenda be approved as presented.
Motion by Mr. Ballard. Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Clark. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Any citizen comment on non-agenda items? Any citizen comments? Yes, Mr. DeLucky?
Is the Trail Commission on the agenda? I haven't seen a thing on it. So I looked in my box and I didn't see the thing. But from what I understand, the Trail Commission had a communique that came to the village office about putting a sign in the trailhead that we're building. So in our agreement, can they do that?
What it says is that they're going to build their own sign, and then they are going to
We lease the
charge
property.
businesses. They're going to charge businesses to put their advertisement in it to keep up the trail.
I think it restricted our ability to put up signs, but I don't think it restricted their ability to put up signs. You know, we didn't tie up or say in consideration of building the trailhead, you can't put up any signage. So I mean, it's kind of like the landlord reserved the right to control what signage goes up, but we can check that. I have no idea, you know, the scale of what they're trying. Do you have objection to it, or?
Yeah, because the whole thing started over the signage.
That's the whole reason why we
That's
wanted
the whole
to do it.
reason that
And
we started
they're
this
telling
thing.
Ben he can't put his signage up there, but yet they're going to put a sign up and make money off of it.
And in the beginning, they said it was okay to do the sign, and then they said no, it wasn't okay. So
Yeah, they emailed like every business in the county. It's $100 a pop per sign.
Yes.
Do we know the location that they're?
It's right on our trail. They're all over the place.
It's
but
not in the parking, but it would be right on the trail.
It's, yeah.
well, I don't know. Is it going to be on the trailhead that we've leased the property for? Or is it going to be on the other side of the road?
It's on by the granary side.
Well, the granary's on both sides.
Yeah.
Okay, well, it's on your side.
It's on the west. It's on the east side.
East side.
Oh, okay, so that has nothing to do with the trailhead.
Okay.
Okay.
Problem
My
solved.
question is null and void.
Good
I've
question.
been there before.
Good question, though, Ben. Thank you.
Sorry.
Are there any other citizen comments? Any other citizen comments? Hearing none. We have no presentations tonight. Everyone has their administrative reports. Are there any questions or any commissioner liaison reports at this time? Anyone? Okay, hearing none, we're moving to consent. We have the approval of the regular council meeting minutes of February 25th, 2013, and the payment of bills. Is there anything anyone would like to pull, or is there a motion at this time?
I need to abstain on approval of the minute.
Okay. Anything else?
If we can just have the motion reflect that abstention as to item 1A.
When we take the
Mr. Audi
vote?
votes, right?
Okay. Is there a motion?
Madam President, I move to approve the consent agenda as presented.
Motion by
No,
Mr.
that's good.
Miller.
He has to abstain as to, when you abstain, say after item 1A, I believe it was.
Okay.
So there's a motion by Mr. Ballard. Is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Clark. I was going to say we might not make it to a motion.
Roll call vote.
Okay, roll call vote. Ballard?
Yes.
Clark?
Yes.
Sturritt?
Yes.
Cooper? Yes. Conan?
Yes.
Audie?
Abstain.
On 1A.
1A, yep.
Motion passes. We're on to old business. We have the ethics policy. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none. I believe this is yours, Commissioner Roddy.
Yep, I just brought this back from last month's meeting. I was told to come back with it when it was condensed. I got a sample from the MML. They found a shorter one that's kind of to the point from, I believe, Washington, out near Seattle. It outlines an ethics ordinance. It goes over accepting gifts, conflicts of interest, confidentiality, and abstaining at a debate.
Okay.
When you get down to it, if we drafted our own, basically going off this, it would be less than a page.
So since this was on our desks tonight, can we discuss it at the next meeting here?
Absolutely.
Is that okay with everyone else?
Sure, it's gonna be a motion to table for the next meeting.
Okay, there's a motion by Mr. Audi, or I'm sorry, Mr. Bailey? Motion, motion to postpone.
I'll move to postpone till the next meeting.
Okay, motion by Mr. Ballard, is there a second? Is there a second?
Support.
Oh, support by Mr. Clark. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Under new business, alternative web design invoice. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none. Clerk Polis, this is your agenda item.
Okay, I mentioned it at the last meeting, but I was bringing it back to this meeting. We did get our website hosting, annual cost for running the website, domain name renewal, and website maintenance, which is just him putting the stuff on and I sent to him. This has gone down from, the last invoice we received was for the 2010-11 budget year, which was $1,080. Due to some of the issues that we had with promptness and that we have not been billed until now. The cost has gone down to $876.80. So I would like council's approval to continue with alternative web design.
If we do this tonight, this will be considered under this fiscal year, though, not next one, right? Because you have next year's fiscal budget.
Yeah, we'd have to because it's March to February.
Right.
Well, that would be on this budget.
Right. Yeah.
Well, 1 month would hit this budget. Oh, yeah. Right.
1 month would hit
Is this, is Steve doing
Why
this?
don't
Yep.
we just move his contract to
But
match the budget?
I could ask him to.
Can we pay monthly or quarterly?
We have not done it that way in the past. I would prefer to keep it a yearly.
Yeah, you're gonna,
Well, we haven't been billed in 2 years on it, and then obviously I think the company had some financial issues.
No, he did not have financial
No.
issues. It was because of some other issues.
Okay.
But his company does not have any financial issues, to my knowledge. But this is, you know, for really in a nutshell, we got free website for 2 years.
Right.
So,
we did.
and it's less than it was previous.
My question to you is, are you happy with the service?
I'm very
Are you
happy.
going to be happy going forward for the next year?
I
Getting
don't
your stuff on the
foresee any
internet?
reason that I wouldn't be happy. You know, many things come up, but I don't foresee any problems.
Is there a motion at this time?
I'll make a motion to approve the invoice from Alternative Web Design and Services in the amount of $876.80 for services effective 3/1/13 through 2/28/14.
Motion by Mr. Stewart, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Ballard. Any other discussion? Roll, please.
Stewart,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
Audi,
Yes.
Clark,
Yeah.
Cooper,
Yes.
Conan.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you. Next agenda item is the DDA budget. Is it supposed to be approval or just DDA budget? Does it matter?
Well, we're approving it, so it's approval.
Okay, approved. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none. Treasurer Adair, this is your agenda item, or Trustee Conan, I'm not quite sure.
Well, pretty straightforward, it just covers the cost of our bonds.
Okay.
And I'll move to approve the proposed fiscal year 2013-2014 budget for the Downtown Development Authority Fund.
Motion by Mr. Conan, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Clark. Any other discussion? Roll again, please.
Conan,
Yes.
Clark,
Yes.
Cooper,
Yes.
Ballard,
Yes.
Audie,
Yes.
Stirrett.
Yes.
Motion passes. Thank you. Next agenda item. Which, okay. To adopt the ordinance amending Title I, Chapter 9, subsection 9-7 of the Village Code to authorize the Planning Commission to serve as the board of the DDA. Are there any? It's in there, it's just way in the back, because I saw it.
Oh, it's got the wrong number on it.
Right. I was trying to find it real quick, but
Sorry.
that's all right.
So it's item C, not H.
Oh, you have it, okay. Thank you. There it is. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none, I do believe this is you, Trustee Ballard?
Yes. As we have in the past, we have had our public hearing on changing our DDA from the DDA board to the Planning Commission. And I believe tonight's the night we want to do that. The reasons for that being that we have to go on. I want to thank Dave for all of his work at the DDA level. I want to thank the DDA for their work that they've done in the past. But I think it's time to move on. And so therefore, I will move to adopt the ordinance. Thank you very much. Resolved to adopt the ordinance amending Title I, Chapter 9, Section 9-7 of the Village Code to authorize the Planning Commission to serve as the board of the Downtown Development Authority.
Motion by Mr. Ballard, is there a second?
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Sturrett. Are there any other discussion?
You know, I wanted to make one comment because I know this came up before about the amount of time that it's going to take for Planning Commission to do the additional task, and is you can probably vouch to approve a budget, prepare a budget, and to nominate the board members or chair members, I'm sorry. I don't foresee it taking a lot of time. So I know some people have, there's been rumbling that it will take up a lot of the Planning Commission's time. I personally don't foresee it being a big issue, and being that I know 3 of us have been on planning recently, not saying that all of you guys, besides Harry, have already served on planning. I think we kind of have an idea of what planning has going on. I think it's manageable for them.
Mr. Delucky, do you see you having a meeting before the end of March to adopt? Is that the right word, adopt
Yes.
the budget?
Can, if we can do that, no, we tentatively planned on doing that anyway.
Okay,
Oh, if this
so
was
you are
gonna
going to have
happen,
one
we-
before the end of March?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I guess I'd just like to say a couple things here. One, this is something that I really did not want to see happen. But I do think, I do agree with Lyle that I think we need to. It's been very hard for the members of the DDA to get meetings where our membership is down. We have not been able to recruit anybody. Some people I think have stayed on just as a community service, and there is just no money available for 4 or 5 years, it appears. So basically, you'll just be approving budgets to pay the our bond issue. And I would think if in the future, if that fund grew again and there was a need to try to get the authority back, we could probably do that. But right now, I think it just takes this, just makes it easier and more efficient. I do want to thank the members of the DDA, John Paderak, Nate Miller, Mike Sucott, Nancy Carmenter, and Larry Schwartz. Well, Stella resigned, but Stella did an awful lot. And if this motion passes, I'd like to have the current members, I'd like to send a letter of thanks to them for their service.
I too would like to thank the past DDA board. They've done a tremendous job, and it is now time to move on.
And the one other thing, this change of the DDA does not mean that any kind of festivals have to be canceled.
Any other
I wanted to point out that this is not permanent. When the economy does turn around, we do have other options in terms of either bringing it back or adding to the planning commission or setting up some other kind of committee. I've talked to a few people and everyone's concerned that it's a permanent action.
Well, we're not dissolving the DDA.
Yeah.
No.
And, well, that's part of, I think, the confusion in the village right now.
Right.
That
Just
we're getting
shifting
rid of
the
it.
authority to the planning commission for it.
And I think that needs to be clarified, but I guess I'd point out too that we haven't really seen much public, I guess, against or for this, so I think everyone in town has basically made up their mind that we need to shore up the budget and move on.
Any other discussion, Mr. Delaney?
If I know this is kind of unusual, but this is an unusual thing, so, but kind of to lay your mind at ease, planning really only kind of got into this just to make it easier on council and easier for the village to prepare the budget, get the budget done, and that's all we really want to do. So that way it simplifies the fact we're just going to have 2 meetings a year. One will be to make the budget, which Treasurer Joe Adair will give us, and it will be just to make the bond payment and the interest payment, and we'll give that to you. We'll get it back, we'll ratify it, it'll be done, and then we'll have our regular meetings. You'll get minutes, just like you do the planning commission meetings, or minutes. And as far as the future goes, this is a permanent thing as of now, but it can be changed just like this was changed. So planning really doesn't want to take this on to go to the future where you're going to do big projects and stuff like that. It's not what we want to do. So it's just really the interim thing when there is no money. So until there's money again and you start to build up a nest egg, then I would fully expect that council would probably do something different with the DDA. It's just until the budgetary crisis gets resolved. That's my view as the planning commission chair.
Thank you, Ben.
Thanks.
Any other comments? Okay, hearing none, we have a motion on the table. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
It doesn't have to be roll call unless you want it to be.
No, that's quite all right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right, all those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Thank you. Next agenda item is a special event approval, Knights of Columbus Tootsie Roll 4 Corner fundraiser. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none, Clerk Polis, this is your agenda item.
Well, it's that time of year again. The Four Corner sales are starting back up, so the weather's getting nicer. The Knights of Columbus, they've done this, I believe, for the last 30 some odd years, they said. They've turned in all their stuff. It has been turned over to the police. It's just a Four Corner sale, so.
I move to approve the application of the Armada Knights of Columbus for a special event permit on March 22nd, 23rd, 24th, 2013 for a four-corner fundraiser.
Support.
Motion by Mr. Koenig, support by Mr. Ballard. Any other discussion?
I did, Madam President.
Yes.
Now that we've had this policy for over a year now, is there a way that you can like sum it up, maybe to council at the next meeting, like the pros, cons, ways to improve it? You know what I mean? Because you're the main person that gets all these. You know.
Oh, that's paperwork.
Well, that was one of my
Yeah,
things is,
it's
you know, at this point, especially on the repeat ones, or if there's something unusual, I personally don't need to see all the documents, as long as you've reviewed
Well, and
them.
I don't have to give you all the documents if
We
you
can
want me
put
to,
summary
I
sheet.
can just give you the agenda, just this.
You know,
And,
I mean,
as long as
personally,
you-
that's all I would care about.
We can put under consent.
Yeah, we can
then.
put it under
Yeah.
Let's
consent,
just do
yeah.
that.
You know, something to where, you know, and
That's
if there's
fine.
any
That's a
other
better idea.
improvements, now that you've done it for a year,
Mhm.
and did we were gonna do like a calendar for the people who are repeats, did we do
Yeah,
that?
I think we were planning on, for the ones that the clerk can identify as repeat
Right,
applicants, I thought like between like the first quarter of every year, we would send a letter to
You
them.
can send a
saying-
letter to them reminding them
Yeah,
with,
saying,
with
please get your material in, so council doesn't have to be under the gun. Get it done, get them done as
Right.
early in the year as
well,
possible,
and Joe, I mean,
especially on
and
consent.
they came, you know, to me, so I mean, I didn't remember I mean, I know they do it, but I didn't know when they did it.
right.
For the most part, the Lions Club works, Joe does that with them, so those are all taken care of. The school's the only one that, you know, things pop up, and, you know, they're still getting used to the system.
Right.
You know, the kids get a great idea, let's do a fundraiser this weekend. Well, it doesn't work that way, but we've, I think it's been very successful, but, you know, and I don't
Well,
know that.
anything, let us know anything that needs to be improved, or if
Well, and
there's
putting
something
it
we
under
need to
consent
want.
without all the backup is fine with me. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I
think
get.
but
You
as
don't
long-
need to give us the backup.
The
You
backup
have it.
But as long as you have all the backup,
Mhm.
I'm gonna
Right.
go with the assumption that if you're missing something, you
I
will
wouldn't bring it to
inform
you.
council.
No, I wouldn't even
It
bring it to you
wouldn't
if
come,
I
it
didn't
wouldn't go
have
on
it.
the agenda.
Right.
It just saves a few trees.
Yeah,
Yeah.
All right.
so. I don't think that was over
Okay,
there.
no, not yet. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried, thank you. Next agenda item is to set the budget public hearing date of March 25th, 2013. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none. Village Treasurer, this is your agenda item.
I kind of gave this to Joe, but I noticed in the past, we've done it, so I just think it's a good idea that maybe the public's aware, and it's just a yearly thing.
Well, I'll move to set the public hearing date for approval of the 2013 to 2014 fiscal year budget for March 25th, 2013 at 7:15 PM.
Motion by Mr. Audi, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Sturrett. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Next agenda item is to consider approval of corrections to the approved minutes for the March 26, 2012 regular council meeting minutes. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none. Village Clerk, this is your agenda item.
When we were going through stuff for the budget, Joe noticed that in the minutes for setting the administrative fees, it was a cut and paste error, and I had not last year's, but the year before's admin fees put in, and it went through, we didn't catch it. So all we have to do is to approve the corrections of the approved minutes, just then,
So they match your.
so they match what
budget.
the approved budget says. So it was just an error.
Madam President, I resolve to approve the corrections to the approved minutes for the March 26, 2012 regular meeting of the Village Council.
Motion by Mr. Ballard. Is there a second?
Second?
Second by Mr. Conan. Any other discussion?
Hold on, I'm trying to look at something.
What I'll go through and do is, these will get approved, I mean, they'll get changed in the minute book. So, but it'll reflect that it was done at this meeting.
Budget year ending. I'm looking at my past budgets, are we sure that, okay,
What was approved last year was 2,500,
Okay.
2,500, 12,000,
You're right.
12,000, and I had 2,000, 2,000, 11, 11.
okay. Yep.
So,
Any other discussion? Do we have to take a roll call on that? No. All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Good catch. Next agenda item is a temporary appointment of police commissioner. Are there any public comments? Any public comments? Hearing none, this is my agenda item. I would like to recommend trustee Dave Conan to act as a temporary police commissioner in the absence of trustee Wallach. Is there any other Questions, or is there any discussion?
I'll move to approve the president's recommendation to appoint Dave Conan as temporary police commissioner.
Motion by Mr. Audi, is there a second?
Support.
Support by Mr. Clark. Any other discussion?
Do we need to put an expiration date or an effective
We don't.
in the motion?
It says
think-
temporary.
Yeah, I was thinking the intent was until Marv returns, correct?
Yes.
Correct.
I don't know if we could give a date, that's what I'm.
Okay,
You know,
So it's as it is?
Yeah,
Okay,
we're
all
fine,
right.
perfect.
Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Thank you, Mr. Conan.
Yeah, thanks for letting me volunteer.
Any upcoming agenda items?
Ethics policy is coming back.
You want to be on planning and trade, or?
Any other upcoming agenda items? Hearing none, any citizen comments? Yes, Mr. Lemieux.
Two things. One, I applaud you for renewing the account with having all the information on the website. That's real valuable. People call and they ask questions about the ordinance. We refer them to that. It's really helpful. Plus they can download permit apps and things like that. And the second thing I had was the township is working on a budget just like you guys are. Found out that we didn't have enough money in the budget for East Main, so I talked to Joey Dare about the amount. Looks like it's gonna be more like 85,000, I think, for the
Well,
township
Andy
portion.
is firming up those numbers a little bit.
Yeah, we're trying to find out, but we
Those
didn't even have half that in there. So we're trying to wait for good numbers to make sure we have an accurate budget to match, to take care of our portion.
Perfect. Thank you.
You could just put $1 million in there and just send it our way.
Any other citizen?
Signature line.
Any other citizen comments? Any other citizen comments? Hearing none, any council comments? Any council comments? Hearing none, any community events? Yes, Mr. Conan.
Oh, I was gonna.
Oh, sorry.
Me too.
They did.
Everybody's sitting on needles and pins for that.
I got one.
Go ahead.
I called on Conan first.
I just wanted to announce, in case you don't know, the Ambets are having a great fish fry out there. They've been having it on Fridays doing Lent.
It's great.
I think Mr. Clark will agree with me. We had a pretty good dinner the other night, and just like to recommend it to our citizens.
What time is it? I was on.
I think it's 5 to 8.
Yeah.
And it's $10 for each adult, and you get your choice of fish or shrimp or both.
Oh.
And you get your choice of macaroni and cheese, french fries, or coleslaw, or all three.
And you
And then
get-
there's a roll, and there's a whole dessert table.
Wow.
For $10 for adults, and then they walk around with more fish and shrimp too for you to refill
So it's
with.
all you can
What about
eat.
I don't, there's a price, I don't remember what the price for kids were.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, but it is very good.
And remember, the Ambets do an awful lot for our community.
Mhm. Okay, thank you, Mr. Conan. Mr. Delecky, you had one?
Yes, the Armada Business Association Annual Easter Egg Hunt, the 23rd at the fairgrounds. It's usually kind of in the Pine Grove.
The Grove area.
Yeah, the Grove area, and it starts promptly at 11 a.m. and it's for ages up to 10 years old, or through 10 years old.
Do you want them to bring a basket if they can?
Yeah, bring a basket or bring a bag to take the candy home. We want the eggs returned that you get to keep the candy that's in the eggs.
All the goodies inside.
Yes. Yeah, because there is goodies.
Yeah,
There's
no,
prizes
candy.
besides candy this year.
Perfect.
Yep.
And
Thank you.
who's your special appearance gonna be by?
Oh my goodness! Well, if we're hoping the Easter Bunny will have a surprise appearance.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Great.
I've been to several of them. They're a hoot.
They
are.
The
They are.
kids have a riot. It's just a lot of fun. And
There's no charge.
Nope, it's
no
free.
charge.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Perfect, thank you.
Thank you.
Any other, did you have a community event?
You did.
I was gonna say the Armada, Miss Armada's coming up, but I don't have all the details for it.
It's Friday.
It's in the paper, Matt, do you
Yeah.
remember? I don't
I
remember.
know my
No,
daughter's
last announcement I remember was the applications. I don't know if they've set the time when they'll be in the auditorium and actually choose the winner. I assume right now they're still accepting applications. I thought it was still the 22nd of March. I might be off on that, but it's usually the last Friday in March.
But they can check their local Armada times for all the details.
Exactly.
Okay. Good one. Are there any other community events? Hearing none, we have no closed session tonight. The time is now 7:30. Is there a motion?
So move to close.
Motion by Mr. Ballard. Is there a second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Conan. Any other discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. All those opposed, nay. Motion carried. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
11 o'clock.
11 o'clock.
Same as a fast one.
Grandkids love that.
It's a, the old kids run around.